Hard to believe just 24 hours ago, this was a Category 5 hurricane, a little more than 24 hours, but it was about this time yesterday that Michael just tore ashore and really ripped the Florida Panhandle to shreds, at least in spots. And you can see, look at that distinct eye, almost a Category 5, and even into southeast Alabama, southwest Georgia, a distinct eye. Notice, though, over the last 24 hours, as you would expect over land, it loses its source of energy, the ocean, and it's weakening, but still packing a punch with gusty winds and heavy rain. Notice to our south, it's already clearing up across South Carolina. Michael, as promised, is a fast mover. It'll be out of here by this evening. We just have to get through the next few hours. Heavy rain now, triangle to the north, and where you see these reds, it's really coming down. The center of circulation is just between Greensboro and Durham now, and you can sort of see that. This area of rain moving this way, the rain around the triad wrapping around the back side of it, and there are some gusty winds in this, so you can just sort of interpolate this as it moves to the east-northeast. This is going to roll in too. We'll get a little bit of a lull in rainfall like they're getting now, Siler City, Burlington, Southern Pines, and then this will roll in during the early evening hours or very late this afternoon, more likely during the evening rush, and then it clears out later this evening. Where you see these reds, that's some really heavy rain coming down near the Virginia border where the winds could easily be gusting over 40 miles per hour. Again, there's that lull in the rain. Even southern Wake, the rain's lighter, especially into Harnett County and Cumberland County too. A little bit of a break in the rain. This is pushing northward, but where you see these reds, again, it's coming down hard. It's tough to be out on the roads with the gusty winds and the heavy rain. Notice not much happening Cumberland, Harnett County. That's some good news. These are Doppler estimates. How much rain has fallen? They're not exactly right because it's a machine doing this basically, or a computer model, not so much an actual measurement, but they do a pretty good job. Less than an inch in the coastal plain, but around the triangle, 1 to 2 inches. Some pockets approaching 3 inches so far across parts of southwestern Wake into Moore County, and more back out to the west. So we could still easily end up with that 3 to 6 inches of rain. This is additional amounts. So far, RDU's had about an inch of rain. Could be another inch or so more, and maybe as much as 2 to 3 inches total in the triangle, or 4 in some spots, with up to 6 near the Virginia border. These are just additional amounts. But as you see to the south, as we talked about yesterday, going to get off easier in rainfall amounts than you did with Florence by a long shot. Some of the strongest impacts from Michael may actually be felt in areas that didn't see as much from Florence, like the triangle and the triad, as our neighbors to the south did, with more rain and gustier winds than we saw with Florence, at least in some spots. So we'll see how that pans out. The highest gust with Florence at RDU was 46, while Fayetteville was about 64, if memory serves correctly. We may see up to 50 or so around the triangle. Flash flood watch is in effect, and where you see the reds, these are all flash flood warnings in effect until further notice from Cumberland County through the triangle and up to Roxborough. Wind gusts so far have been pretty manageable. The highest right here, RDU International, a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, but so far nobody getting much above that, generally 25 to 35-mile-per-hour gusts, but they could go up a little bit higher as we head through the next several hours. Again, you see these highest gusts, 40 taking the cake there at RDU, which isn't too bad so far. First alert predictor, again, this is just a model. It has gusts to 50 so far at Fayetteville. It hasn't happened yet, but as we head through the evening, as the back of Michael, the back side of it moves overhead, the center goes up into southeast Virginia, there'll be a band of showers that could have some equally gusty winds, 45 to maybe 50 miles per hour. And then after 11 or 12, it's still pretty breezy, but notice we get into the after midnight hour tomorrow morning. It's fairly breezy, but the winds really die down as much drier air rushes in. Tropical storm warning up for all of the region right now. That's for winds that could gust at least to tropical force strength, which is about 40 miles per hour. So we've seen that. Good news is the tornado watch for southwestern parts of the viewing area has been canceled. Still in effect, though, from the Triangle and Clinton off to the north and east. So far, haven't seen any spin-ups. Even haven't seen any rotation in any of these showers so far, the heavier showers like we did with Florence. That's good news, but until it's completely out of the way, we can't say we're in the clear for that. But so far, so good. So we'll time it out with our first alert predictor in the next hour. Here it is, that rain again with Michael, mainly triangle northward, pushing into the coastal plain. Here we go into the evening. There's the center moving right over us in the next couple of hours, so we'll see a lull. Don't be surprised if the rain lightens up. Triangle down to Fayetteville, where it already has lightened up, but look what happens then we get towards 6:30, 7 o'clock. The back edge of it rolls in. This could have some heavy rain, maybe not quite as heavy as we have now, but there could be some gusty winds in that cause a few power outages or a few trees down. And then by 8 or 9, everything really settles down. The storm moves into southeast Virginia rapidly, and we clear out after midnight. You're going to wake up to plentiful sunshine tomorrow, unless you have to get up before sunrise, obviously, and a beautiful day. Look what the drier air moving in. These are dew point temperatures. Anything above 65 or 70 is muggy, especially in October. Look at the dry air rushing in this evening, and by morning, dew point temperatures in the 40s. That means the air mass is bone dry. Tomorrow is going to be a fantastic autumn day across the region. You can see on a wider view the center of circulation coming up from Charlotte towards Greensboro right here. That's what this yesterday at this time. It's hard to imagine that 24 hours ago this was a hurricane. And in this eye right here, what used to be the eye, the center of circulation, there were 155-mile-per-hour winds. So all in all, we're getting off pretty lucky compared to our neighbors down in northwest Florida. But still, some problems to deal with. There's the satellite view again of the storm right overhead now. It'll begin to move out in the next several hours, and much better weather on the way. This was as of 2 o'clock. We'll get a new update in from the Hurricane Center. The center's probably about near Burlington now, but it's going to race across the region, northern parts of the triangle, the center, into southeast Virginia in the next several hours. So by this evening, again, it's heading towards Norfolk, and after midnight, it's shooting out to sea, and good riddance to Michael. Michael actually becomes attached to a cold front that's moving through, and it becomes extra tropical, no longer a true tropical system. It doesn't matter for us, though. High pressure builds in. Beautiful weather tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Humidity levels the lowest we've seen around here since the spring, and temperatures to match that, too. It is going to be absolutely beautiful. It clears out tonight, still breezy. By morning, low and mid 50s. Haven't seen that in a while, but it gets even better than that. Lots of sun tomorrow. Temperatures into the low 70s for highs, low humidity. Beautiful day to kick off the fair. Day late, but you'll love it if you're going. First Alert AccuWeather 7-day, 49 tomorrow night, 68 Saturday. And that is a truly autumn forecast. They're the warmest, approaching 80 on Monday, but another shot of cool air comes in, and temperatures back off into the 60s. Some areas may not get much above the low 60s by the middle of next week for highs. We couldn't get below 70 for lows for days, and this is going to be a huge change.
Yeah.
But it's a little late, but it's here.